Hello and welcome to Film Companion South to review this week's edition. It is time now to welcome another child into the Indian film family. The comedy team, which produced Balaji Ho, directed by Amit Sharma in 2018, have passed on the rights 4 years later to Bonnie Kapoor to produce their new baby called Veetla Vishesham. This time, this family entertainment is headed by directors R.J. Balaji and Saravanan and their huge team. The family melodrama is back again this hot summer with a bag load of humor, slapstick and tear-jerking sentiments. After attacking Tamil politics in LKG and celebrating the comic fairy tale called Mukkuthi Amman starring Nayanthara in 2020, this time around Balaji and Saravanan work on their favorite subject to weave yet another story on the amazing powers of normal Indian women. Veetla Vishesham centers around Urvashi, playing Krishnaveni, a more than middle-aged mom who discovers that she is now carrying a child. What would have been a cause for grand celebrations in an Indian family 50 years ago is now a cause for some serious embarrassment. Not merely to her own family, but also the heavily connected small-town neighborhood. Contextualized in the modern world's growing awareness where women are asserting their rights over how and who should be deciding on what is to be done with their own bodies. This film's subject matter is certainly relevant in India. We have had a massive family planning program, making an impact few countries have experienced. The other factor is, however, do we as filmmakers and the media at large, do we find it appropriate to make a humorous drama around such a contentious subject? Will certainly be debated for a long time in various circles. Accepting the fact that directors Balaji and Saravanan have chosen it to fit to remake such a comedy in a melodramatic style, the film, while trying to improve on some of the pitfalls in the earlier film, has to also concede to certain market perceptions of South Indian tastes. In whatever angle we look at, this film certainly locates the versatile Urvashi at the center stage. Sathyaraj plays Unni Krishnan, a loving yet submissive husband. The late KPAC Lalita plays the tough old mother-in-law, and Balaji plays Ilango, the older son, who's all set to marry Soumya, played delightfully by Aparna. I'm wondering whether Balaji is going to make a signature style of naming himself after historical figures like Gandhi, Engels, and now Ilango. Will it be Karl Marx next? I don't know. Back to the movie now. The filming style is straight on the lines of a vintage Vishu or a Bhagyaraj film presentation. And honestly, it takes quite a while to get adjusted to a narration which is so dependent on dialogues and more dialogues to communicate everything. Balaji, though introducing his character as a biology school teacher, does not dwell too long on this minimal context to explain the physiology of pregnancy. The first half is spent on shaming poor Urvashi and Sathyaraj for their irrational decision to have a child at such an old age. But a few scenes into the second half, from the moment KPAC Lalita decides to stand by Urvashi's decision, to the last moments of the film, you can see why Balaji and Saravanan chose to treat their adaptation to write some brilliant melodrama and go for the kill. One scene after another, the last 45 minutes enhances our empathy for a mother who has chosen to have her baby and deliver her baby. The film takes care to see that every character is given her or his space to orchestrate a series of tear-jerking scenes while mounting a drama at very high emotional pitches. It is here that I could personally realize the casting of such experienced actors like Lalita, Urvashi and Sathyaraj to convey this crescendo. You know, these three giants of yesteryears bring in their years of training in mainstream cinema and provide the new generation of actors on the screen a strong platform to make their leaps of faith. This factor is seriously absent in Balaji Ho, the Hindi original. Our experienced actors here are able to maintain a certain definite level of continuity in the screenplay through each shot to ensure a continuous flow of sentiments. I mean, just to study this film is certainly worth watching. And this is where Girish Gopalkrishna's music score, with the support of the Prague Symphony Orchestra, does the needful. Borrowing from rich classical melodies, Girish provides an original modern flavor to the experience of emotional enhancements. I'm also happy to note the consistent and restrained cinematography by Karthik Muthukumar. His simple framings and lighting schemes place the film on par with many of the better works we see today on the big screen or on international OTT platforms. R.K. Selva, as the editor, has managed to keep the pace engaging and constant throughout. What I would like to personally tell my friend Balaji, whom I have not met so far, is that I am not some great philosopher or super film analyst. I am just like you. And we are all the same when it comes to reflecting about our mothers. Remember when we would come back from school and ask, "Kapi ready? Ah?" Our mom simply would say, "Vandi eduthuko." Do you realize this is such a loaded reply? Above all the various nuances of anticipation, preparedness, love, care, and compassion, these two words, "Vandi eduthuko," actually mean, if you want it, just come and take it. The world out there is a cup of opportunities for you to just go and pick that cup up. Do not expect that cup to be served on your table. That's what our mothers taught us, and some of our intelligent children have learned that lesson very, very well. Thank you very much and enjoy the film.